During United Nations General Assembly voting, there were 35 countries abstained to vote against Russia, and that even created the ripple among the US political structure. US was expecting to win the vote in its favor unanimously because that was US backed resolution. Among those 35 countries, there were two countries who are and used to be the American ally. The one always supported USA to punish Iran, and that country is United Arab Emirates. And the other country who supported USA against USSR invasion of Afghanistan in 1980s, and that country is Pakistan. In actual term, the Pakistan fought that proxy war against Russia. Anyway, the Pakistan was not fighting that war for the free. The Pakistanis were paid billions of dollars by Americans. Now, there has been a very interesting event that has recently been unfolded when a bill was introduced in the House of Representatives to designate Pakistan as a terror sponsor state. The actual name of the bill is Stopping Pakistan Terror Act. The bill has been introduced by Republican congressman from Pennsylvania, Scott Gordon Perry, who joined the politics after serving in the armed forces for 39 years. He became brigadier general, during which he commanded a battalion in Iraq. Let's talk about this bill a very little. As I said, the bill was introduced in the House of Representatives, but after which it has been referred to the Committee on Foreign Affairs. The Foreign Affairs Committee will going to scrutinize that bill, whether the bill is right or wrong. As per the bill, the act will be effective exactly after 30 days after the enactment of the act, and the Islamic Republic of Pakistan shall be deemed to be a country, the government of which the US Secretary of State determines has repeatedly provided the support for international terrorism. What an irony! A country paid them to stop terrorism, now declaring them as a terrorist state. What will happen if this bill became reality? If this bill passed by both houses, Senate and Congress, and signed by President, then Pakistan will going to face harsh sanctions that includes restriction on foreign assistance, a ban on defense export and sales, financial transaction and others under multiple acts including Export Control Reform Act 2018, Foreign Assistance Act of 1961 and Arms Export Control Act. That means Pakistan will not going to get assisted the way the United States paid them the money, because Pakistan is underdeveloped nation. So after enacting this bill, if any state, let's say Pakistan, found to engage in certain trade with other designated states, then Pakistan will be penalized again harshly. Currently, there are 4 countries designated under these authorities. These countries are Cuba, Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Iran and Syria. So Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Iran are also the FATA blacklisted countries. So the way these countries are being treated, next the Pakistan will going to get treated the same way if this bill will become reality. So this Ambassador Scott Gordon Perry not only doing this kind of things, but this man Perry and the 2 other members of the Congress wrote to the US Attorney General Merrick Garland to investigate Islamic ties of newly appointed ambassador from Pakistan Masood Khan, who in 2020 had called on US to release a terrorist convict of trying to kill American soldiers. And the name of that woman is Afia Siddiqui, who is also popularly known as Lady Taliban. In their letter, Congressman Perry, Mary Miller and the George Stuber has asked Garland to investigate Masood Khan's relationship with number of terrorist groups in and out of Pakistan. These congressmen are asking for investigation because this man, this Masood Khan, is the threat to the US national security. So why these men are calling for investigation? Because there are enough proof that the Masood Khan must be investigated properly. Because he was the president of Azad Kashmir, a registered 501 Clause C, Clause 3 organization called Helping Hand for Relief and Development, which has open cooperation with designated terrorist group Lashkar-e-Taiba. The Helping Hand for the Relief and the Development is also a subsidiary of the Islamic Circle of North America, which Johns Hopkins University professor has identified as one of the 8 major branches of Jamaat-e-Islami. an international Islamist movement responsible for genocide during 1971 Bangladesh War of Independence. So Masood Khan is a white-collar designated terrorist who is just a pawn on the hands of the Pakistan army. So he must be investigated by the US congressmen and by the any other agencies of the United States, by the FBI, by the CIA. Last year, 29 September, a group of 29 high-profile US senators has also moved a bill in US Senate seeking imposition of sanction on Afghan Taliban and Pakistan. The bill was titled the Afghanistan Counter-Terrorism Oversight and the Counter-Terrorism Act. So USA seriously wants to control this kind of terrorist organizations and this kind of terrorist activities all across the Asia and all across the world. The question is why US congressmen are coming with this kind of bills. There is significance to come up with this kind of bills because these bills will going to strengthen their relationship with India. US wants to strengthen diplomatic, economic and the defense cooperation with India. US wants to make India a strategic partner to counter the People's Republic of China, the Russian Federation and the Taliban in that region. Because United States think China is an adversary, because China is becoming the world most powerful economical power. Because after 2030, the China will become the world's biggest economical powerhouse, beating the United States of America. So to counter the China, to counter the Russia, to counter the Taliban, the United States trying to placate India to came up with their flock. Because what they did in the 1971, after that Indian government have started some kind of disbelief, started disbelieving the United States government. Because during 1971, where the Pakistanis were being supported by United States of America, because of them, the United States government sent their aircraft carrier fleet to the Arabian Sea and the Indian Ocean region. But at that time, Russia actually helped us. Maybe the United States will going to get help in case of China, but I don't think Indian government will going to help them to counter the Russia. Anyway, if this bill will come to enforce, then Pakistan economy will be ceased to exist. Pakistan will be disintegrated into 4 to 5 different states. Whatever happened with the USSR during 1991, the same thing will going to happen with Pakistan. Because Pakistan do not have the money to feed its own population right now. If this bill will going to be passed, then the riot and the chaos will be there all over the country, all across the country. Pakistanis will feel nervous that what will going to happen to them. But the India will going to gain from this. What will be the India's gain? The India's gain will be India will going to have the Pakistan occupied Kashmir without firing a single bullet. So this bill is a win-win situation for India. Now the first question is, what is the total length of India-Pakistan border? The first option is 3000 km, second option is 3124 km, third option is 3223 km, fourth option is 3320 km. The second question is, what is the length of Jammu Kashmir border shares with Pakistan? The first option is 1222 km, second option is 1234 km, third option is 1239 km, fourth option is 1240 km. So if anyone have any questions regarding this topic or any other topic which I have already uploaded, and so he and she can ask me the question through my email address, which is tuhin.pawar.academy@gmail.com. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.